Welcome to Conversations Below the Surface, the CBS Podcast Shorts. I am your host, Marcus Gentry, and we hope you enjoy this episode. We often use the expression, people need to get out of their own way, or maybe we've even said we need to get out of our own way. And I don't think we realize how much effort is involved in doing that. It's not a passive act at all. It's a very active process to get out of your own way. And the reason why is because we are naturally inclined to take the path of least resistance. And the path of least resistance is not necessarily the path that's going to get us where we need to go. I say that that's something that we're naturally inclined to do because even if we look at Biology 101, we discover that the brain is designed to conserve energy as much as possible and operate as efficiently as necessary. And so to conserve energy, the brain takes the path of least resistance. It's naturally wired to do that. But if you follow that process into other areas of life, you find out how difficult it is to override that. Let's just say with our health, the path of least resistance with our health is to eat whatever you want to eat and not be mindful of that, especially as you get older or as you have grown up and maybe you've seen family members or people that were responsible for raising you eat a certain way, and just by nature of what you were exposed to, you now follow those same eating patterns, and the path of least resistance is to keep doing what you've been doing. You will experience the outcomes that anyone else who goes through those things experience. So it takes extra effort to try to eat like you're supposed to. It takes extra effort to exercise. The path of least resistance would be just to get up and do whatever you feel like doing, and maybe not going and exercising or walking or doing things like that, or drinking the necessary water. That's kind of under the eating area. So we may not exercise like we should because that's the path of least resistance. So it takes extra effort to be able to do that. Maybe it means going to a health facility. Maybe it means using some sort of process right in your home. And there are things that's available, but we don't always take advantage of them, whether they're equipment that we have or programs that have exercises on them. Path of least resistance says that's not necessary to do. Then there's the matter of just examination. It's easy to make an assessment that, well, I'm doing pretty good. I don't need to go to the doctor. But there is a level of care that you cannot assess just by looking in the mirror or just determining how you feel generally. But that's the path of least resistance. The path that takes extra effort is going to regular doctor's appointments and getting blood tests and whatever kinds of other exams needs to happen, especially as we get older, so that we can stay in optimum health. But the path of least resistance will lean away from doing that. So in order to push forward, we have to really be committed to really wanting to have a higher quality of life and be willing to put in the necessary work to be able to achieve that. Same thing is true in terms of relationships. Path of least resistance is not always to work through issues or build excellent communication skills with people that you want to have healthy relationships. And part of it is because we have grown with technology, and technology has created a new path of least resistance. You don't have to talk directly to people. You can talk through a text, an email, a symbol or emoji or something that's sent. You don't have to interact directly with people. You can use tablets, phones, computers to be able to do that. And now that has become easier than having difficult conversations. And we are prone to take the path of least resistance, even though that path might not be the best path for us to accomplish our goals. And this spills out into many areas of life. You can look at them yourself, finances, pretty much every area of life that we would want to advance in. The tendency will be to take the path of least resistance. So we have to have the determination, the commitment, the discipline to really push ourselves beyond that natural tendency to accomplish and create what we want. Part of that's going to mean who we spend time around, because the rule of proximity suggests that we will become like the people we spend our time around. So what you're watching on television, what we're listening to, who we actually spend time talking to on the phone will have a lot to do with how we evolve and how we develop. So we end with the question: are you willing to get out of your own way? Or are you going to continue to just take the path of least resistance? Thank you for listening to this CBS Podcast Short. If you would like to hear more on this topic, please email me at respect@marcusgentry.com. And don't forget to check back for new episodes.